Goku's anger increased more and more. He hated Kitela with all his heart for having killed Hit. "You're a rat," Goku would say. "It would be better if you let me go before you regret it," Kitela would say. "And what are you going to do?" Goku would ask. Goku would squeeze Kitela's neck with force. He refused to let go. After a few seconds of pressure, Kitela's body would give in, ceasing to resist. He had vanished. "Miserable," Goku would say. Goku would throw Kitela far away, and with a ray of ki, he would completely exterminate him. After that, Goku would observe his hands. He would feel that strange reddish energy run through his entire body. "I wonder what this is," Goku would say. "He said something about the ki of a god, but I don't understand it." Goku would return to the lair. He would connect with that voice that asked Hit for the job. "Hey, I want to know who you are," Goku would ask. "I think you're new at this kind of job." But he doesn't get used to revealing the identity of the contractors, the voice would say. "Hit is dead, so he won't be able to fulfill your request." Goku would say, "I understand, but that avoids you from doing it," the voice would ask. "I will do it, but it will be a new contract and under my terms," Goku would say. "I'm listening," the voice would say. "I want to know who you are, because it's about eliminating the gods," Goku would explain. "And the price won't be with money, it will be with something else." "What do you want?" the voice would ask in a strange tone. "I already eliminated a god of destruction. If I eliminate the other 11, you will revive Hit," Goku would say. "What makes you think I have that kind of ability?" the voice would ask. "I don't know, but do you want to kill gods? You're definitely not an ordinary person," Goku would say. The voice would remain silent for a moment before speaking. "I can't revive people, but I know a way for you to take care of reviving him," the voice would say. "If that were true, what guarantee do you give me?" Goku would ask. "I don't even know who you are." "I'm someone who pays a lot of money to kill the gods of destruction," the voice would say. "Imagine that I'm not a Denadian." "It works for me," Goku would say. "You better keep your word." "It will be so," the voice would say. Moments later, the Angel of Universe 4 would be in charge of giving the news to the rest of the universes. None of the gods could believe that Kitela was defeated by a mortal. "Wow, that doesn't happen every day," Vados would say. "It's incredible. That Kitela is a good-for-nothing," Champa would say. "We have to find those two once and for all. Hit died," Vados would say. "Wait a minute. Hit died and the Saiyan is alive?" Champa would ask. "That's right. It seems that he is not an ordinary being, because he managed to obtain the ki of a god." "I don't believe you," Champa would say. "Well, that's what his angel said," Vados would say. After that, we see Goku arrive at the planet of Zeno-sama. Goku would pass by the guards for a long time. "Goku?" Zeno-sama would say when he saw how annoying a guy was about to ask his question. But Goku would throw him away. "Damn, I thought we were friends," Goku would say. "Goku, wait." "I can explain it," Zeno-sama would say. "Fine, do it," Goku would say. "I'm sorry, I can't," Zeno-sama would say something sad. "Damn, I knew it! You sold me!" Goku would say. "You don't understand. You asked for something very dangerous. Nobody knows about those things. If they see you with the implacable ring, they will know that I told you," Zeno-sama would say. "Hit is dead," Goku would say. "Oh, I'm sorry," Zeno-sama would say. "We'll just fix this in one way." "Will you answer a question in exchange for your life?" Goku would say. "I guess I have no choice, but don't be about the gods." "I don't want to have problems with them," Zeno-sama would say. "I want you to explain everything you know about the key of a god," Goku would say. "The key of a god?" Zeno-sama would say. "That's right, don't play dumb," Goku would say. "Okay, I'll tell you," Zeno-sama would say. Zeno-sama would proceed to give Goku all the details of what the key of a god consisted of. Goku would be amazed, so he would start training in that aspect. The gods of destruction would be alert, so they would look for Goku everywhere. After a few days, Goku would appear in Universe 11. He would easily find the planet of Bermud with ease. "So you are that famous Saiyan," Bermud would say. "Of course," Goku would say. "Now you better get ready because I'll kill you." Bermud would bow his fingers. He was ready to fight. "Let's see who was the braggart who thinks he's better than the gods, just to kill the weakest of all," Bermud would say. Goku would start raising his ki until he achieved the transformation of the Super Saiyan God. "What the hell?" Bermud would say, disconcerted. "Remember when they told you that you reached the ki of a god?" "Okay," Margarita would say. "I never thought it was true. I took it as a simple delirium," Bermud would say. "Now you're going to have to play with me, clown," Goku would say. Goku would come to Bermud attacking him with everything. Even so, the god of destruction managed to cover himself from each of his attacks. "Not bad, but it's not enough," Bermud would say. Goku would connect a strong punch to Bermud's face, breaking his nose. Then he would kick his stomach, leaving him bent. Then he would detonate a ki ball at short distance, throwing him away. "It's easier than I thought," Goku would think. Goku would throw a ki beam at Bermud, but it would disappear before the contact. "How?" Goku would say, disconcerted. Bermud would appear behind Goku. Everyone would take measures in this regard, so they would have a meeting through the shackles of their angels. "We should fight together," Arak would say. "Hey, that's for cowards," Jin would say. "I killed 2 gods of destruction. I don't think it takes long to select another one," Ramash would say. "I think they're afraid because they're aware of how weak they are," Beerus would say. "Hey, show some respect," Jerez would say. "What's going on?" Champa would ask. "Are you afraid because you know you're next?" "What do you mean by that?" Jerez would ask. "According to our powers, you are next on the list," Beerus would say. "Goku attacked the weakest, and then the next one. He will surely be well informed. You behave as if Goku didn't represent a threat to you," Arak would say. "Hey, he doesn't represent it," Beerus would say. Beerus would cut the call. "Damn, what a proud guy," Jerez would say. "If you want, I can give you a hand," Ramash would say. "I don't need your help," Jerez would say, cutting the call. The meeting between the gods would end with Jerez scared by Goku's future arrival. Then Champa would communicate with Beerus. "You're a bastard! Are you going to let him kill them to end it yourself? Champa would say. You know they're fools. I know, but I also know they're gods like us, Champa would say. The other gods of destruction are much inferior to you. They haven't trained for many years, Vados would say. Although you have neglected your training, you are not in the same situation of abandonment as them. You're right about that, Wills would say. None of the gods have used Ultra Instinct. They're a shame, Beerus would say. Only you and I have done it. That's why I think we deserve to stay alive, and they don't. I wonder if it was you who hired those two, Champa would say. You know I would never do something like that, Beerus would say. Seriously, I don't know. Lately I can't trust anyone, Champa would say. Moments later, we see Goku arrive at the planet of Jerez. With you being the goddess of destruction, Goku would say. And you, the brave Goku who executes the gods, Jerez would say. I don't like to hurt women, but I have no choice, Goku would say. If you feel